Awesome person just a few minutes ago, and I can tell why there is a huge group here to the front left of the stage to support her. Please join me, everybody, in welcoming someone who has persevered, endured, become a warrior, a survivor, and an advocate of this disease. She is now team captain of Team Stephanie's Soldiers, Stephanie Hart, to share her personal story.
Hello there. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here and helping to raise awareness for melanoma. Shortly after my diagnosis and unfortunate amputation, but before my initial staging, someone said to me, "It's just a toe. It's not like it's a lung or a boob." Needless to say, this person's no longer in my life, and this is why we need to continue to spread the word, spread awareness of melanoma. Too many people think, oh, it's just skin cancer, we'll just cut it off, everything will be fine. My story started with a mole on my toe. Many years ago, I can't even remember when it was. And then in late 2017, it seemed I had a blood blister on top of the mole. That's what it looked like, and that's what I Googled, because who Googles cancer of the toe? It's crazy. I ignored it for a while, several months actually, and finally I had my primary doc take a look. He glanced at it and told me to cover it for a week, and if it didn't get better, I should see a podiatrist. A couple months after that, I bit the bullet and saw a podiatrist who told me it was a wart. He biopsied it because he wanted to know what type of antibiotic to prescribe for me. Long story short, it took a month to get the results. And those results were handed to me in a sealed envelope to open alone, and they read malignant melanoma. Excuse me? Okay, I cry, and then I cry some more, and then it's a search and destroy mission for me. Excuse me, I only have 2 minutes. So I call a dermatologist immediately who looks at my results while I'm on the phone making an appointment. He tells me an appointment with him is a waste of precious time. And he referred me immediately to Dr. Pharma from Fox Chase, who is right over there. And that man saved my life. One of the most kind doctors I have ever met in my entire life. Anyway, I was in to see him within a week. He informed me that I had acral lentiginous melanoma and that they would need to amputate my toe and then do a sentinel lymph node biopsy to see if it spread. Of course, I burst right into alligator tears. My circle of amazing family and friends held me up. They cared for me, they encouraged me, and they cried with me. And then we laughed nonstop, making toe jokes about how much this totally sucked and how we would need to call a tow truck. The amputation was performed on November 2nd of 2018. The pain after surgery was awful, but well controlled. The anxiety was completely out of control. About 12 days later, I got the horrible news that they found some cells in my lymph nodes. I had stage 3 melanoma. Are you kidding me? It's not just a toe. Now I had to have a PET scan to see if it spread any further in my body, and I was terrified. My family was terrified, and thankfully we caught it in enough time, and I remained stage 3. Now I'm headed to the oncologist, Dr. Olzansky from Fox Chase. His team was so kind and thorough and answered all of my questions. But now I was facing a year of immunotherapy treatments to help keep this beast away and pump up my immune system to fight in a way that it has never fought before. Yes, there are side effects, but nothing like chemotherapy, so I was very relieved to know that. I would also have to have scans and ultrasounds and skin checks every 3 months for a long time. So every 3 months, my scan anxiety rears its head and invades my every thought. You see, melanoma is sneaky and stealth. It can show up anywhere in my body, and if we don't keep an eye on it, it will kill me. And it will take me from my family, my friends, of my most precious daughter, Amanda. She's 16 and she's gonna be on Broadway one day, and I refuse to miss that. So I fight. I keep my depression and anxiety under as much control as possible, and I try to channel that energy into something positive like what we're all doing here today. I've learned a few things, and I feel I need to stress them. You absolutely have to advocate for yourself when it comes to your own health care. No one else will do it for you. If in doubt, get it checked out. See a dermatologist every single year. Personally, I believe this should be standard of care, just like seeing your PCP, gynecologist, etc. I'd love to see some healthcare reform on that. And most of all, cherish every moment you have on this planet with the people who bring you the most joy. You never know when you could be fighting a life-threatening disease. Bob Marley died of the same type of melanoma I have, and in his words, love the life you live and live the life you love. Thank you so much to every single person who has supported me in this fight. It'll never be forgotten.
Wait, hold on, come here. She was holding this up, but she never held it up. I think it means we're number one. It says I win. I win. Stephanie, thank you. By the way, can we join in one more round of applause for this extraordinary woman, because what she failed to mention in that story is that as of today, she is 6 months cancer-free. I know so many of you who are standing in front of the stage today know stories like that, or lived stories like that.